Welcome to episode 27 of the Perspective podcast. If you can see, we're in a different location, and this location is my garden. So this is very abnormal. Of course, could have done it at a park or somewhere different, but there's nowhere better than doing it in your own home. And yeah, thought why not doing a garden? It's gonna be 30 degrees, so I don't really want to do it in a house. Of course, it's a safe option, but may as well have it with the breeze. There's the shade, literally perfect settings, so the camera will not overheat because we're in the shade. It's going to run out, and we literally have a second battery pack for the day, so we are secure in that aspect. So yeah, episode 26. Episode 27. Let's go get it going. If you're new to the podcast, make sure you subscribe, like. Damn. If you're new to the podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. Just stay tuned. Damn, these birds are not going to stop, are they? Maybe filming it in the garden wasn't such a great idea. There's so many noises. There's birds. There's neighbours arguing. Anywho, firstly, I just want to say we did a perspective event. We hosted the event last Tuesday, and I'm grateful for the turnout of how it went. For anyone who even went to the event, thank you, because it was not supposed to even happen. It was not supposed to happen, but it just did. And the way that we had the intent to just let everyone come to the event, listen to good music, have a good time, socialize, and just enjoy yourself, meeting new people, speaking to new people, because you're going to leave with something that is a good impact, and that is the intention that we had, and that is literally what happened. And for a first event to have 25 people, and it's mad because I wrote in my journal, we will have more than 24 people. So hey, one more addition is something that's perfect. We literally had a perfect amount for that type of place it was anyway. I think if there was more people, it would have been too much, but 25 people is perfect, and I'm grateful for every single person who turned up to the event, because it just shows that, okay, we may have something here. Even if it was just friends being there, I think it was with the event, it was literally perfect, and I'm very grateful for that. We are going to do more, and I can't wait to do more, because it just shows we have something here. I want to make sure someone shows their perspective, shows their brand, and shows their image of something that they are doing with themselves, promote themselves, to let people know your own perspective, so that people can leave with your perspective and have inspiration of that. And doing it in a vinyl shop with a cafe in it too, it's something that's abnormal, but it's something that is just sick. You know, the closest that I saw someone doing that is Daniel Simmons. He's a content creator who has this fashion brand. It's self-titled. It's his own name, Daniel Simmons. And he did a pop-up in London, and it was like a store, like a clothing store, but with a vinyl record like in the middle, with just vinyls located around as well with his clothing. And that is fire. That is actually sick. And the way that it literally looked like the way that I'd want to have my own store. It's just inspiring. I was like, okay, you know what, yeah, we're going to keep going with these things, because you never know what's going to happen. You know, get yourself out there, because the opportunities are endless. You never know what's going to happen in the horizon. So whatever idea you have, bro, go with that, because literally, take me for example. This was literally just an idea. If you see my TikToks of me explaining this, it sounds like a whole bunch of nothing, but the intention is there, and I think as long as you have a good intention, bro, it's gonna go clear. So yeah, keep that in mind. The song or album of the day, I'll be listening to Mickey a lot again, and Two Star and the Dream Police. That one there is going in my list. But the song for today is Lonely Fight by Miggy again. If you haven't listened to it, go and tap him. It's a top tier song. Top tier. You have to listen to it with good earphones, good headphones, or yeah, even the bird agrees. But you have to listen to it, bro, because there's something about that album that just, or the song that just sounds really good. It's very different to what you'd expect, and that's what I like about his music. You just can't go wrong with it. You can't. But yeah, listen to McGee if you haven't tapped in. I say this like every week or every other week, but it just makes sense. The outfit that we're wearing today, we're wearing some carpet shorts from 6th June. We're wearing, the Utopia merch. Let me just show you the back of it. The design. Yeah. Utopia. that is what we're rocking with today. That is the merch we're wearing. And I got this during the pre-sale. I remember this was during Wireless Weekend, the day after his Wireless performance. No, literally after his Wireless performance, he did the like rollout for Utopia, and then he started doing the box sets. I think he low-key started making these box sets go crazy in terms of popularity, because after that they've just been doing ridiculous for artists that are not even like crazy, for example like a Ken Carson, but they just work. That Utopia run was actually ridiculous, the way that he came back from not posting on socials for time, and then he was just back. Like that was so weird, but I really like that moment, man. It was actually sick because he was doing shows, and well, not shows, but he was appearing a lot for Scissors shows when she was touring in Europe, and then he was also just appearing in Europe, wherever. Because if you didn't know, with Utopia, he finished his album in UK, or mastering it in UK, mixing it in Manchester and London, like both cities back to back. I don't know why, but I think just because it had good studios, and during that time Mike Dean was touring with The Weeknd in Europe, so it just made sense for them to just link up in UK and just do the mixing and mastering there. Little fun fact of the day, he even said that during his Manchester show for Circus Maximus. We're just going to go straight into the job before talking about Travis. Pusha T just needs to chill out with all this beef stuff, because I don't know what he's getting out of this. He's not, I don't know if he's gaining anything. I truly do not know, because what is the whole point, broski? I don't know what the point is. Travis is not going to say anything. He's just going to keep doing his graft, doing what he has to do, and then just keep it pushing. Because realistically, what is he supposed to say? You know what I mean? With his music, it just does not make sense for him to reply. Like, it really takes the, it takes the meaning of his music away from things, because his music is not meant to have that type of deep meaning. Like, he's not that type of artist. You know, if you really want to beef with someone, you might as well go back and beef with Drake, even though you already won that. But it, you know what I mean? Like, Travis of all people, come on now. And then saying that he was crying about the breakup with Kylie. Like, we're in 2025, bro. Like, it's crazy to me. But hey, entertainment is entertainment, and I guess it's working. If you need a little buzz for your album to drop, talk your shit, man, and I'm here for it. But realistically, I won't be listening to it like that, because I don't really listen to Pusha T. I think the last project that really tapped in from him was Daytona, and that was 7 years ago. Don't get me wrong, Pusha T is a great artist. Like, he's a good rapper. He knows what he's doing. He's smart. But sometimes I feel like he can just be a bit much, a bit too impulsive. That's like, what was the point of that? You know, especially it's Fashion Week in Paris, so like it makes sense to do this whole big rollout. You know, like, I was gonna violate a sage because you're Pharrell's goon, but hey, if it works, it works. Get your stuff out there and just violate anyone who is stepping on, is trying to step on your business. You know what I mean? But regardless, bro, right now I just keep seeing a lot of butterflies. I think butterflies are so. See, this is me being out of focus. We can't be doing this. We got to stay on mission. But yeah, the Push and Travis beef, I don't think Travis is going to respond. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's just a waste of time. But it's good entertainment, I guess. And I saw a tweet of someone who, this fake account of Kirko, he posted he posted a picture saying that Travis is going to drop the same day as Pusha T's album, and then Travis ended up following shit after. Like, that is actually sick. It's mad how you had to do the abnormal things to get someone's attention. And this whole episode is going to be speaking about abnormality, if that's a word, just being abnormal, because there's a lot of high risks and high rewards you get from being abnormal. But hey, we're going to get into that later. We saw Chris Brown, and we did not pay for a ticket. You know, I posted a video about it, yeah, and when I do these videos, I'm like sneaking in for free, bro. I am not rage baiting. I'll be so honest. I'm not rage baiting. I genuinely do not pay for a ticket. I just find a way to get in. God's grace, we find a way to get in every time, and it works. And this time, I didn't even have to wear a hospitality outfit, bro. I stepped in a normal outfit because what we did. So for this Chris Brown tour, I was the one who got the ticket for my mom. Well, yeah, on my Ticketmaster app. and then I transferred it to her the day before, and before I did that, I put the ticket in my wallet so that just to see if it would still be there. So after I transferred it to my mom, it was still there. So I was like, you know what, yeah, if it's still there, why don't we just like try it? Because mom was gonna go on her own, and I was like, I don't really want you to go on your own. So I was like, why don't we just try it? Because worst comes to worst, I don't know. You know what I mean? We'll get it, we'll find a way regardless. So then on the day we're there now, and then I'm kind of like nervous. When in these situations, I don't really speak that much because my mind is just focusing on, okay, what can we do here, or just trying to keep it cool. We get in now, and then actually we get in the barricade, whatever, and then this is where you have to get in and scan your ticket. But we thought that it was gonna be people scanning the ticket, broski. It was a machine. So I was like, damn, this is not gonna be easy. So I was like, okay, let's scan the ticket at the same time, because there was two like barricades. There was one on the left, one on the right. I was in the right, my mom was in the left. And then what happened was we was like, okay, we'll scan the ticket at the same time. We'll scan the ticket at the same time. Bro, this is like a core memory that I'm never gonna forget, because who will do this with their mom, bro? So yeah, okay, so we go to the barricade. 3, 2, 1, scan it. Bro, I just said go. I scanned my ticket, I went in. And I'm thinking my mom went in. Bro, I look behind, she's not in. I'm thinking, damn. But realistically, low-key is the best thing to happen, because if it happened to me, I don't think we would have gone in because I'm younger. Of course, people look at older people and be like, why would they even sneak in when you're older? So I get in now, my mom doesn't. And then my mom is speaking to this like security or people that work there, and I'm just standing there like behind her. I'm thinking, okay, what do I say? What do I do? I'ma just stand here and do nothing, because I don't want them to think that they know who that I'm associated with her. Because if we know each other, it's gonna make it look bad that we did something. But if we don't, then it's gonna be like, okay, let's just get this lady in. So my mom was like, I paid for my ticket. Why is he not gonna let me in? And then they're like, do you know this person or do you know? And she's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, you know, boo. But then, yeah, she's just like, I'm not leaving because I paid for my ticket and it's not letting me in. And of course, when you're a mom, bro, you turn into a full Karen mode, and that's what she did. And it worked in her favor, because the security was like always to be late. And I was like, you know what, yeah, let's just let her in. And then they let her in, and then that was it. It's like things you can't make up. And after that, you get in, bro, it's that best feeling. And I'm grateful that I got to experience that with my mom. It's things that you can't replicate. Like, it's memories that are really going to be cherished. And yeah, we got to see Chris Brown for the second time. The last time I saw Chris Brown was with my mom and a few more people, my sister and the girl I was with at the time. But it's crazy how it really is a full circle moment. Like, and I loved it because growing up, I used to listen to Chris Brown all the time. Like, he was like my favorite artist. I literally make videos, yeah, of me like dancing to his music. And I used to post it on like my YouTube like years ago, but then I deleted it because I was embarrassed. Really and truly, I probably shouldn't have, but hey, I was just an embarrassed, insecure little kid realizing, damn, what am I doing? But realizing it now, that's sick. But anyway, yeah, so growing up, I used to love listening to Chris Brown. And yeah, so I know as a mom, watching me be happy to see him perform is like a full circle moment. Like, damn, it's mad. So yeah, it was a good concert. It was better than his first one. It felt like the first one was a little bit more rushed, but this one was more like thorough, because obviously it's a stadium. So obviously more song selections, more run time, and just you can do more than what you can do at a arena. But overall, it was a success. Literally, we got our money worth without actually paying for a ticket, and we actually drove there and parked, because that was literally the whole point. Like, going to concerts in your own city is just perfect, because you don't have to pay for ridiculous things. You can just drive, find a parking, and then when you finish, leave a little bit early, go to your parking before traffic goes crazy. You're sweet. You are sweet. But yeah, it was a good concert, and I'm happy that I went there with mom. One of them experiences you have to do. While this is next week, and they still ain't said anything. I posted a video yesterday. I promise you, I'm gonna keep antagonizing like Wireless or something, because it has to do something. They have to say something. Like, I'm gonna keep poking them. I'm trying to be that person that can just like irritate people. and I'm trying to irritate Wireless or something, create some noise, because before you know it, Wireless is literally next week. Before you know it, we will be at that festival ground. So they have to say something. I hope they say something this week, a week before, because it's looking a bit too sus how things are going on. But hey, we will be there regardless, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna create a concert. We're gonna create a concert. We're gonna create havoc, and we're just gonna have a good time, bro. Because we're seeing Drake 3 times back to back to back. And yeah, I can't wait. Got some things planned up while we're there. And yeah, just wanna do meetups. Yes, I wanna do meetups. We're gonna do meetups when we're at Wireless. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I want to do meetups because I'm gonna be documenting and vlogging the experience when we're at Wireless. If you don't know, I went Wireless 2023 and I did a vlog there, and that did surprisingly well. So I want to replicate that, but with the gang. You know what I mean? Like, just create content while we're there and just cause havoc, do something abnormal that the normal would not do. Again, this is the series of just abnormality. But yeah, we're just gonna cause havoc when we're at Wireless and just have a good time. Literally, like, there's no limit when you're at these places. So let's just cause havoc. So yeah, Wireless, we are going to do a meetup. I don't know where. Probably, I'd say, when you got the main stage, and then behind the main stage you have the like big tower where like people are like viewing from like the top. Just behind that, yeah, we're gonna do like a meetup or something there. Or there's like a Red Bull or Pepsi Max tent somewhere just a bit behind. Yeah, it's like a mini club. Meet up there or at the tower at Wireless, bro. We're gonna do that. I want everyone to be there, and I want to see everyone. And we're just gonna, I don't know, just cause some havoc, bro. Make our money's worth for what Wireless are doing of what Wireless are doing to us, bro. Who knows? We may even end up going backstage or VIP because of this gang that we're forming. So yeah, we're gonna do something, because this is just a way to show love, in it. Like, we're really just out here at this festival that have low-key not really shown appreciation or love. So why don't we just do our own, you know what I mean, like at our own ground, in our own terms, and just see what happens, but in the most respectful way, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to get kicked out. But speaking of beef as well, Offset is now back in Drake. Who would have thunk it, bro? This is crazy how things are happening. Because if you saw the T-Pain and Drake stuff going back and forth has been happening, and then Offset was like, he basically, I don't know the full thing that he said, but he was basically just defending him, saying, I find it weird how everyone's actually just like against him, when really and truly he's giving you the biggest hits and he's done all of that. Realistically, I understand it, but biggest hits don't matter. But at the same time, that's the type of biggest hits that gave you the biggest pockets. So you really can argue, but it's good to see someone actually like defending Drake, because I feel like a lot of people want to defend him but just don't want to do it because it's not normal now, because a lot of people just want to seem cool and just not like him. You know what I mean? Like, bro, this whole Kendrick or this beef stuff really like made people pick a side. Realistically, I genuinely feel like Travis still fucks with Drake heavy, not even just because he did the mashup at Coachella with Nokia, but I just feel like he still appreciates him and still likes him to an extent. But yeah, that's just how I feel about the whole situation. I think people are forcing this like pick a side when you can just, bro, move on. You know what I mean? Like, move on. It's really 2025. We're nearly in July. Like, it's it's mental to me, but hey, it's just how life works, really. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be someone who's going to be persecuted, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be up. At the end of the day, it's still going to be up, period. Glastonbury. So I made a post saying I want to be there, or I want to find a way to go there. It did not happen, and I'm kind of glad, because we had a lot of things to do during the weekend, and it looked really good. I cannot lie to you. Glastonbury looked really good. My favourite sets from what I've seen, hands down, Doechii. She had the best set the whole weekend. I mean, I didn't see everyone's set, but from what I've seen, Doechii, bro, she really had a musical theatre performance. Bro, her dancers, her performing, her rapping ability, no backtrack, her DJ and her chemistry, it's that type of relationship that you can just appreciate, and just you can see she was just having fun. And there was like a few moments where she low-key was just like raging, but bro, the crowd was showing nothing but love. And it makes you realize again why UK or Europe crowds are just way better than American crowds. Because deep this year, Doechii, female rapper from America, she's doing Glastonbury, one of the biggest festivals in the world, if not the biggest, right? So you're not really expecting a lot of people to show up, even though it's at night time and you're headlining that stage. You're not really going to be expecting it, because it's like you're not really out as popular in the UK. But bro, people showed up like crazy, and it makes you realize the difference in terms of America and UK. If this was someone, for example, Sam Fender, right? He was performing at Coachella, again, one of the biggest festivals. Like Coachella and Glastonbury, they're neck and neck in terms of the engagement or the amount of people that go to that festival. But his attendance for that show, there wasn't a lot, even though it wasn't the headline at the stage, but it still wasn't a lot. And it makes you realize that UK people appreciate more people from different places than Americans to an extent. And I was like, damn, like even a crowd support goes crazy, the jumping, mosh pit and whatever, it goes crazier in UK and Europe. That's why these Americans appreciate these shows abroad, because it's just different amount of love, and it really is appreciated more than what you'd get in your own place. And the thing is, even people from like UK would still say that UK or Europe is better. Maybe I'm wrong, but the love is always there, and it's just different. And I was speaking to my friend about this yesterday, but it really is like, shout out to choirs in primary school, bro, because we really had to do choir songs, and that's why we chant so much better in the UK or Europe, because we had to do that, bro. We had no choice but to do choir singing. That's why we're so in sync when we're singing to like a performance or something. That's actually facts. But yeah, Doechii's performance was really good. Loyal Khan's was really good. Skepta's was really good, and it's crazy because his set was before Charlie XCX, so there was a lot of brats whatever in the crowd, and even though the demographic was a bit different, it still did pop off, and it's crazy. So yeah, 100% Skepta's was up there. Who else? Charlie XCX had a valid set, I can't lie to you. Busta Rhymes had a valid set, I can't lie to you that it was valid. Even the Script, bro, I saw them doing one song. I forgot what the song is called. I need to get it up. I'm actually gonna play it for a little bit. I'm sorry about baby. I'm filming a podcast. Damn. Yeah, shout out to my neighbor, man. She just called me vibing out to the Script. But hey, they got bangers, bro. That's so funny. But yeah, who else had a good set at Glastonbury? Bro, that threw me off. Georgia Smith and AJ Tracy, they had a good set, and yeah, I have nothing but respect to their sets, really, because it's actually sick. Yeah, that's really it for Glastonbury. I think with that type of festival, it has nothing but just people just showing up to the festival. Like it don't really matter about the sets. What matters the most is just having a good time, because it's that much of a big festival that people are going to show up regardless of who is even performing. And it's mad how the sets even go until like 6 a.m. Bro, if that's me, I'm going to sleep. We will be there next year, 100%. Bro, I saw that Ken Carlson and Don Toliver are beefing. It is so random, because it's just not needed. And then the next day, Travis and Kai were doing their show together. It was like, okay, really makes this Cactus and Opium beef nothing, because they're still boys. Which artists are like the best to consume like musically? And I was thinking about this the other day, and as ironic as it is, I genuinely feel like Drake is up there. That's probably why he's the biggest in terms of musically, because he's tapped into all these different genres. For example, Afrobeat, dancehall, R&B, hip hop, even house. Like, he's done a lot, and you can't really do nothing but to respect that. And to an extent, it can be like fast food music, but it will always, in the long run, it will always be something that you can appreciate, because he's got a bunch of music that not a lot of artists can do. Like, I don't think not a lot of artists can do that, and it really is just that way of respect. But another artist that is easily to consume is like a Frank Ocean. You can't not like his music. Beyonce, you can't not like her music. Post Malone to an extent, you can't not like his music. Like when he had his Beer Bongs and Bentleys era, you can't not, bro. Like and Stoney, bro, fire, you can't not like it. But yeah, there's a lot of artists like that you just can't not like. Travis is a bit 50-50 because not a lot of people will like that auto tune because it's a bit much. I feel like Kanye West is that type of artist that is easy to consume, but it depends which album you put them on because some albums are a bit much, but majority of the time it's always gonna sound good. You know what I mean? It's always gonna sound good. What else is there? Which artist is easy to consume? You can't go wrong with Cleo Soul. Well, her music is too good. I was gonna say Dave, but you have to be tapped in to listen to his music. SZA is up there. I think she's one that's easy to consume. Lil Kana, but I feel like people can't appreciate his like rapping because it's like it may sound a little bit too slouch, but me personally, I like it. Samfi is up there. Speaking of Samfi, he needs to drop another album. Even though he dropped an album like nearly 2 years ago, he needs to drop again because his music is too good. If you haven't listened to his song Dancing Circles, go and tap him. Dancing. As you can see, I've got my Whoop band. We're tapping into our fitness bag recently, and with this Whoop, bro, it is very scientific with the data. It's telling you all the data and stuff with just everything that you got going on in your life. Like, let's just look at what it's saying on Whoop for me right now, because it can see like your stress level that you're going through right now, or just what's going on. So far, my stress meter is at 1.2 meters, which is actually really good. That means it's low, but it's just chilling right now. When I was on my run, bro, it was like it peaked at 2.7, and that's high. That is actually high. But hey, we did a 15k run. 50k runs are not easy, bro. It's not easy. We did a different route today, and we decided to just do the normal park run, go fully round, and then finish off at the 2 routes that we do. And while I was on the run, bro, I swear to you, I found the love of my life, bro. She was ahead, yeah. She was ahead. And then I was like, okay, I need to get closer to her. But then I was like, yo, this is a 50k run, so let's be smart with this. I'm not trying to like exhaust myself by just trying to get to one girl, but it's a valid choice to do that. But anyway, we're running now. I'm having a long stride and that, and then we go up. We literally go in the same route. She's in front of me and I'm just behind, and then I keep getting closer and closer. And then bear in mind I got my top off as well, so this is even better. I was like, yeah. And bear in mind it's hot as well, so yeah, I'm just gonna be boiling. But yeah, we're running now, and then it gets to a point where we're like close, and I think, okay, it's go time. It's literally that season, so I'm running now, and then she's to the right and I'm to the left. But then what happens is I keep going like straight because I don't want to get in her way. So I low-key like go into like the road pavement so that she can have her space. Be respectful, gentlemen, you know what I mean? Anyway, I go forward, yeah. And then she looks at me to the left, bro. I don't know why, but she like jumps. I did not do anything. I did not do anything. I had to say sorry because I don't know what I did, bro. The aura just scared her. I'm running now, and then I do my second lap. Bro, I'm going up the hill, and I see her coming down the hill. I'm saying, ain't no way, bro. So, so I'm going up the hill, she's going down the hill, and this girl's a runner, bro. She's a runner. She probably runs further than me, because she looked like she had it. But anyway, yeah, we passed, and then we make eye contact, bro. You know, and like, the moment was just there, bro. I was thinking, should I just end this run and just speak and just run with her? But I was like, no, we have to complete this mission. But yeah, that was my little story. I don't know why we got into that. But yeah, go on runs, man. Like, it really is that season to get yourself out there. Go on these runs, get your workouts going, because one, you never know who you bump into. You may run into your love of your life, or two, you'll just feel better because it's a good way to just feel good while you're running, while you're working out, and you have to do that during this season. And when you go on your runs, yeah, go on your runs in the morning, like 7 a.m. before it gets too hot, because it's 30 degrees, bro. You have to do it in the morning, otherwise you're just gonna be wasting too much energy, because one, it's hot, and two, you're running, which makes you even like more with your heart rate. So yeah, think wisely, but yeah, get your workouts going. I was watching Jay Shetty's podcast, and he was talking with this guy who's like an expert on knowing ADHD or ADD. And I'm just curious because I don't have ADHD, but it's something that is nice to know about. And it's mad how the things you have to do to stop yourself from having your ADHD be high is literally work backwards in terms of your calories, the food that you eat, the amount you sleep, the workouts you do, and how much time you spend on your phone. So for example, don't eat a lot of sugary foods, stay drinking your water, don't eat processed foods, which I know it can be difficult, but don't eat processed foods because there's artificials in that is ruining your body. Stick with your fruit intake, have your 3 meals a day. When you wake up, the first thing to do, he literally said the first thing you should do is like go work out because it wakes up your brain in the most healthy way. What is the most common this bird? What is the most common thing that people do, or I do sometimes, or is literally wake up, look at your phone? It's like opposite to what we're actually programmed to do. We weren't born to be having all this like technology, bro. Like, you're supposed to wake up, get out of bed, and just start your day going to work out or something, because it literally wakes your brain up with doing all that stress, with doing all that dopamine and serotonin that boosts your body in the most healthiest way than going on your phone, because that is a false dopamine. We weren't really supposed to be having that. So yeah, that's one thing I'd recommend, bro. Do that. And as well, when you're eating, sometimes try not to watch things. That's what I've low-key been doing, and it may sound weird, but it's just a way of like being around silence. Like, you need that because our mind is just programming a lot. I realize as well that there's a study that in a day we read 30k words. That is ridiculous, bro. 30k words in a day. It really does show that we're overstimulated by information that we just don't need. And TikTok, Instagram, Twitter really does play a part in that. So yeah, try and minimize your screen time, even though it can be difficult. Like I be in that same boat sometimes, that I just be scrolling a lot of social media, but you don't realize how much of an effect it has, and you really be reading things or seeing things that are just meaningless, even though everything is meaningless to an extent. But just watch what you be watching. Facts. So yeah, it's mad how ADD really plays into our life, because it's important. You got to take care of your body and your mind and your overall health, because it really can impact yourself and the people around you. And as well as, there was one thing that he said, he was like, people really when you're going through an argument with someone, whatever, the things that stand out the most is like, I want to win this argument. When if you're in a relationship, bro, you're a team. If you're saying you want to win if you say you want to win the argument, then that means that your person that you're with has lost. Then that means if you're a team, that you both have lost. And I was like, damn, I didn't even deep it like that. But you really should not be in an argument to win. You should be in an argument to like work as a team to grow in that aspect. And that's something I took in. You know, when you have to pour something to deep what actually was said, it was like, oh, he actually stood on business with that. I know this has nothing to do with music, but it's just something that I had to speak about for a little bit. And moving on to something that is not related to music, be abnormal. Do the things that are just set apart and different. There's a scripture in the Bible that's like, before you're born, I set you apart. Like, you were made to be set apart, because we live in a world where it's so normalized to just graduate, do a normal job, or do something that is just normal, like the norm does. And I'll argue that and say that it's okay to have that life. Like, you don't have to do something ridiculous. You don't have to, as long as something that is aligned with you, then that's perfect. And normal to you may be abnormal to someone, but an abnormal to you may be normal to someone. Like, as long as it really does like align with you, then that's what that matters. But bro, for things to pick up, like, me personally, I don't see myself living a normal life, like doing this content creation, doing a podcast in the garden and my neighbors like watching or something, or like doing songs of the day at the park, or going to LA, doing all these like weird things. Like, it's not normal. It really isn't normal. And these are the things that the people that we appreciate had to do to be set apart and to get all these like opportunities and be put in these different places, because they're set apart in that way that's unique to them. And I would recommend for you to just be yourself and just be confident with just doing different things and not normal people do. And it comes at a price. I can't lie, it comes with a lot of suffering, but with suffering comes with a lot of reward that you will just get long term, because a lot of people want that short term fix when long term it doesn't really align with them. And it can be easy to do that. For example, having a comfortable job that will get you from A to B, but in the economy that we live, bro, you can't be having that, because you're still going to be complaining about bills. You're still going to be complaining about all these things, that everything's just going up. Like, what can you do that is going to set you up, that is set apart? And it really does take into account to just go full steam with what you love to do, because realistically that is what is going to shape you to be the best version of yourself without even realizing. You never know how things are just going to turn out in the future. Like, you have to do those things to get yourself out there, and you don't have to go to all these events, or you don't have to do too much. Like, just, you don't have to try. And that's one thing I therefore have to learn. You don't have to try for something that's already been gifted. It's already there, bro. Like, you don't have to try. Just keep going and keep grafting, because regardless, something is clicking. It really is all about trial and error. Keep failing, keep trying, because regardless, you're just going to keep going up, period. And it really is all about that 1%. Like, that 1% that you start now. We have 365 days in a year. Imagine that 1% next year. You'll be thinking, damn, okay, we are really clearing this. And then that other 365 will just keep quadrupling in like 5-10 years. So yeah, it's all about that compound effect. Damn. When I see people with like nice cars, I'll be thinking, okay, these cars are nice. Like, I don't know why I appreciate cars like so much, because they're just abnormal. Like, okay, what did you do to even get these cars? For example, like a Defender or a Porsche. Like, these cars, they're just like, okay, what did you do? Like, they're expensive, bro. Like 90 grand, over 100 grand. Like, you can't be doing that by working these normal jobs, bro. Like, let's be realistic, you can't. Even George Heaton said the same thing. Like, you really can't. So hey, do something that sets you apart for you to get to that. Even though materialistic things are meaningless, but hey, just to know that you can actually afford that is sick, in my opinion. It's crazy that some people were not alive during peak music. My nephew, who is about to turn 6 months old, he was not born when when Astro World came out. Like, it's things like that that really does blow my mind. Like, you were not born. I have one cousin of mine who was 1 year old when it came out, and it makes me realize that, damn, like, I had to show him like concerts of that period, because it was crazy. And it's mad because he knows Butterfly Effect, but it's crazy because he was only 1 year old when that song came out. No, he was only a couple months old when that song came out. So it really does put things into perspective that music low-key is timeless, especially the song Butterfly Effect, because how does he even know that song? You know what I mean? Like, it's mental. And then obviously They Were Not Alive When Nothing Was the Same came out, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, Blonde, Blueprint, 444, like a lot of albums, Culture, a whole lot of Red. Like, it's things like that. Like, they really were not alive. They were not there for the Black Eyed Peas period, Nirvana period, like Oasis. I wasn't even there for the Black Beatles period, but it's still like iconic. I low-key wish I was alive during that season to actually appreciate it, because no wonder why they're so big till this day. It's what you call timeless music, and really got to tap in, bro. And it makes you realize that it's really because of the live instruments that they use in their songs. That's why when you hear someone playing a piano or like a saxophone or just like drums, it really does, it does something that like an 808 or something else does not do to an extent, because it's human. It's done by a human, bro, doing that. Obviously 808s and stuff, someone's like tapping up, but it's not the same, you know what I mean? So you can really appreciate like those type of songs, because it's actually properly layered in a studio, properly made without AI. That's the concept about AI, bro. It's going crazy day by day, and it's only gonna keep going mad. But hey, that's just the way that things are with music, bro. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. We're gonna do the mental health check before the podcast finishes. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are happy. I hope you are doing the things that make you happy and just going on with your day. Me personally, I'm doing okay. I'm chilling. You know, things can get difficult, but you just gotta keep going every day, no matter what, because that's the whole point. You know, nothing can stop you. I hope you are striving. I hope you are thriving, and I hope you are just doing what makes you happy for real. Listening to music, going on a walk. If you haven't gone on a run or gone to the gym, go on a walk. Get your steps in. Get a Woot band. Get a bust down AP. But like, nah, for real, I hope you are doing okay. And that's going to be the end of the Perspective Podcast, episode 27. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you've enjoyed the background of the garden for real. This is something different, and yeah, we're just going to keep running it up. Make sure you stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff, and I'll see you guys next week.